So-called second gentleman, yes, that's what they actually call him, Vice President Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, is once again speaking out against toxic masculinity. Not that anyone asked. He made the comments during an interview with MSNBC.
Has being second gentleman changed your own view of perceived gender roles or what it means to be a man?
This is something I've thought about a lot and something I've spoken about a lot. There's too much of toxicity. It's masculine toxicity out there, and we've kind of confused what it means to be a man, what it means to be masculine.
Really? So let's narrow down exactly what he means by toxic masculinity.
Where you've got this trope out there that you've got to be tough and, angry and lash out to be strong. It's just the opposite.
First of all, there's this implied idea that masculinity itself, as a natural, organic, innate concept, or being tough, as he called it, is automatically a negative trait that has to be socially engineered out of young men. As if God, or thousands of years of evolution, whichever you want to believe, somehow just got it wrong, and that we're only now figuring out it's wrong thanks to the enlightened intervention of woke gender politics. Bollocks! Masculinity isn't toxic by nature. It's a fundamental human necessity that builds societies and protects communities and families. By automatically maligning it, we coerce young men into feeling ashamed of their own gender, instantly putting them on a guilt trip which diminishes their confidence. They constantly denigrate normal male behavior as something evil that needs to be brainwashed out of young men.
This trope out there that you've got to be tough.
Newsflash, men do need to be tough, both to cope with the hardships that life brings and to protect their loved ones. Which brings me to Emhoff's previous comments on what he thinks should characterize masculinity. Masculinity is loving your family, caring about your family, and being there for your family and supporting them each and every way. Right, so how can you possibly care about, love, protect, and support your family if you're not tough? How can you protect your family if, as a man, you don't sometimes, in the situations where it's required, where you're forced to deal with a situation or another person that poses a threat to your family, get angry?
Angry.
Sometimes you have to get angry and it's justified.
It's just the opposite.
And what's the alternative? We're indoctrinating young men with this whole toxic masculinity hysteria to be overly emotive, emotionally brittle, and weak-minded. That's what causes them to lash out impulsively. Again, how on earth can you love and support your family properly if you're not sometimes prepared to be tough and sometimes get angry to protect and defend their interests? Get early access to videos, exclusive live streams, and personally DM me. You've seen how much I get demonetized all the time. Well, this is how you support me. By subscribing at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Please click the link in the description.